A new publication in the New England Journal of Medicine shows some sobering statistics about the lack of improvement and, in fact, a decline in the control of patients with type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure over the course of the past decade. I'm Dr. BRET SCHER, the medical director at DietDoctor.com, and this was a little depressing just to see this paper published in the New England Journal of Medicine. What they did was they went back and looked at the NHANES data, so the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, which is a huge survey where they're just following patients and collecting data on them over time. And what they found was after 2010, leading up to 2018, the percentage of patients who had their diabetes controlled, and we'll talk about their definition, declined significantly. And the same for people who, with their blood pressure being controlled, declined significantly. And to make it even more sobering, they defined control for type 2 diabetes as a hemoglobin A1C of less than 7. Less than 7. So prediabetes starts with a hemoglobin A1C of 5.7, with diabetes starting above 6.4. And they define control as less than 7, which I find so I can't even begin. I mean, we should not be defining control of diabetes like that. And there was a recent study published in JACC, which we did a video on as well, showing subclinical atherosclerosis, meaning cardiovascular disease accumulating all the way down to a hemoglobin A1C of 5.5. So to say control is 7 is really misleading. But here are the sobering statistics. Between 2007 and 2010, the number of patients who had a hemoglobin A1C of less than 7 was 57%. So just barely more than half the patients achieving what I would say is a very suboptimal definition of control. But then as we fast forward to 2015, 2018 time period, that number went down to 50%. So now we're right at half. We dropped 7%. And then along those same lines, defining controlled blood pressure as less than 140/90, which again is not the ideal blood pressure that we should be shooting for. That should be at least 130/80 or probably even lower, 120/80. Control in that same time period decreased from 74% down to 70%. So at least it's higher, up to almost 3/4 of the patients, but again, moving the wrong direction. And here's what's so fascinating or disturbing, is this happened in a time period where there are new drugs for type 2 diabetes that are possibly the most effective drugs we've ever had, and new guidelines for blood pressure saying that we should be treating it more aggressively. This is all happening in that time frame, yet care worsened. I don't know how much more information we need to show the standard of care is not working. The current paradigm for treating type 2 diabetes, treating high blood pressure is not working, and we need drastic changes. What we don't need is more medications. What we do need is a stronger focus on overall lifestyle interventions and a whole new structure about how we can intervene and help patients. Writing a prescription, having a 5-minute office visit isn't getting it done. So whether it's group coaching sessions or online programs or whatever the case may be, finding inexpensive, scalable ways to intervene and help people learn about the lifestyle interventions to help them improve their health are so important. And finding the right lifestyle message. The whole eat less, move more, good luck, we know that doesn't work, right? It's hard to do. People need more guidance. You need a lifestyle intervention that addresses hunger and cravings and is enjoyable and palatable and sustainable, because we're human beings. We have emotions and we feel hunger and we feel cravings. And if we don't address those, the best advice, the best intentions can go out the window. That's why I'm personally a big fan of low-carb nutrition and of high-protein nutrition. Doesn't mean you have to follow a keto diet, but by reducing the carbohydrates, by increasing the protein, studies show appetite improves, it decreases, right? Satiety increases, you eat fewer calories, you get your nutrition and all your nutritional needs are supplied, and you do it in a way that improves your metabolic health and your body composition and helps you feel better. That's the message we need.